it's me, Erin. Thanks for joining us on the More Love podcast. Do not tell Rebecca, but this podcast is about empathy. She likes people to think she's dead inside, but the truth is she's a big-time feeler who has truly helped me uncover that empathy is my superpower. Oh, here she comes.
Hey, bestie.
Hi, love.
What are you doing?
Oh, just getting ready to host a podcast.
A podcast? About what?
Life. Our life as best friends, who are more like sisters.
Ah, yay! I love us, and I can't wait to share our stories with the world.
Especially the ones that involve us pushing each other, right? To be our most authentic selves.
Oh, man. Okay.
We got all the things today.
Those mics are a huge investment into your show. So
yeah, they're beautiful.
These boom mics, Rebecca doesn't like when I grab this here. Why don't you like that?
I mean,
so normal Friday night for you.
That's a Monday.
Like that? No,
That's a Monday.
I don't mind.
I
so
like
much.
that. It's like I'm at the zoo.
12-year-old.
Speaking of the zoo, remember when we saw the huge penis walrus?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yep. Yeah.
Hey guys, we're back. We made it. We made it from our trip. Barely.
The cruise hounds return. Oh my!
We need a
goodness.
do-over.
What, of the cruise?
Yeah.
It was great.
It was great.
It was really
Minus the
great.
last 2 days for me.
Up until the bitter end. But otherwise,
It was good.
it was really good.
It was really good.
We got all the things here in Rock Fox. So we got these new boom mics.
Mm-hmm.
These are really nice.
They're really nice.
Why are these styrofoam covers so big, Scott?
Those are windscreens, and that's just how big they are.
Windscreen.
Yeah, so when you pop your peas, it doesn't thud onto the in the microphone.
Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled
Popping my
peppers.
peas. I don't think we talk about that on this podcast. So, when you pop your peas, you don't hear it as much.
If there's no windscreen, you hear the mic will go boom, and it'll make a bad sound. So we try to avoid that here.
Oh, that's right. Perfection.
Also, because those are in what they call shock mounts. Okay, the little rubber bands that are holding everything together on the mic holder there.
Yeah.
That's so when you guys do touch the desk and put things up and down, we won't hear the rumble that we used to hear in the other microphones.
Can you come over to my house and fix my mic?
That sounds really interesting, but I don't think so.
And
Remember when we did the Zoom? You're like, what is going on?
Yeah.
You got to fix my mic.
Yeah.
He meant you touching the desk.
Right. I know.
I just want to be
no.
really clear. You're a fidgeter, you're a toucher, you're a
It's
hitter,
but
you're a
it's not
banger.
it's not just Rebecca, it's everybody.
Well, between Rebecca and I, it's just Rebecca. So,
Right, yeah, okay.
yeah, I don't
That's
have
fine.
a problem where I constantly have to be touching random shit on the desk. We also have this nice nipple cover right over here. Mm-hmm. This little,
There it is.
little picture here, perfectly placed
Ran the
on
nip.
my left.
Oh, now she gone.
nope nipple.
Oh, now she back.
There it is. There it is. So you got that little bonus.
That's what they call a bug, but
going on here.
now it's called a nipple bug.
Yeah.
No.
Now it's a left nipple bub.
No, nope.
Yeah, love that. We got all the stuff. So
All the
yes,
things.
we went on a cruise, as you all know.
Mm-hmm.
And right before this, Rebecca was asking me to do some high lows,
That's
which she tells
everybody
me
needs
to
to know.
do after and
Every
on
day.
every single trip.
Not just the trip, every day. We get
of
into bed.
Every trip.
We get into bed and the ritual is Erin, high low.
High low. Yep. Every single one.
Yeah.
So we were trying to come up with 3 highs and 3 lows. So the first 2, I think you really nailed. So one of the highs that we had was in Labadee, which is a beautiful island, by the way.
We had a great time.
Beautiful.
That was a lot of fun. That was when I fell asleep on the chair with my hand on my leg and
Yes.
got a handprint sunburn.
Yes. 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 Yep.
You're a walking meme.
Yep.
That one was great because very early on, my empathy and I met the reservation specialist, the man who
Gives away the kayaks.
likes to sell the kayaks and the blue mats and the other flotation devices that
On
they
the
have
island.
available.
Yes,
right?
this is an island person.
And we got called over and, I just needed to inquire about the price. And the blue mats that we had our little eye on were $20 a piece.
For the whole day. That's a lot.
40 hondos.
Yeah.
For 2.
Nope.
Right?
Too much.
And I said, thank you very much. Appreciate that. We might be back. Knowing full well we won't be back because we're not paying $40 for that.
Nope.
So we went in the water. We did all the things we were supposed to do. And like eagle eyes, this man spots us.
I mean, it's probably because we're so good looking in our bathing suits.
That's got to be it. Yeah.
It's gotta be.
He was, that's got to be it. That's absolutely it. Yeah. It's kind of, or because it's hard to miss us in our bathing suits. One of the two is fine. But especially your one bathing suit that says, thick thighs save lives. That's what it says on the bathing suit.
That's right on the titties.
Yeah, right. In a bathing suit that looks like...
I love the both of you so much. You know that? Do you have any idea how much I love the both of you?
It looks like one of those Baywatch bathing suits, but it says thick thighs save lives.
It's like a lifeguard one, but instead of the lifeguard,
it's hilarious.
Yeah, it's great.
You have bigger balls than most of the dudes I know.
Oh, then you haven't heard this story. Keep going.
No,
this is just the beginning.
So he spots us from across the way, and he comes over again to me and my empathy, and he says, where are you guys going to lunch? Because they give you lunch for free on the island. And I said, yeah, I think we're headed over there.
Now it's like 10:30 in the morning, and she's on food break
I
number
gotta eat
6.
Every 15 minutes, 20 minutes tops. So he says, well, enjoy. They don't let us eat the food that they serve you guys. And I said, oh, say more about that. Of course I do.
I want to die.
You're
pissed
15
off.
steps ahead.
I'm already like, are you?
You're mad I have to eat again. I'm mad again that I have to eat. And he says, well, yeah, we're not allowed to eat the food that they give to the cruisers. I said, well, what do you get to eat? He's like, oh, just, normal Haitian food. And then he makes like the snuff face. This isn't great, right? And I said, well, if you could have something to eat, what would it be? And he said, the chicken. And I said, all right, well, let me see what I can do here, right? So we go over, get the food. I'll be honest, that chicken was a 10 out of 10.
I know, it was good.
It was delicious.
A lot of things happened when we were at the food place.
Yeah.
A lot of things happened.
Right.
But we'll save that for later in the show.
And big fan of the chicken. And so it gets time to be able to leave. And after we talk to the 2 really wonderful old women who were sitting next to us, who were legit sisters, 18 months apart, exactly like us.
In their late 80s.
Just in their late 80s with a cane.
Loved
Both
it.
of them had a cane.
I go to Erin. I go, how much you want to bet? Sisters or best friends? And then, of course, she had to ask.
You're right. So I talked to them.
So that we had a chat with them the whole time. It was
They're
great.
so sweet.
Yeah, they were a lot of fun.
So after we talked to them, we went back over and I got myself a huge hunkin' plate, 4 huge pieces of chicken. And it occurs to me as I'm sitting at that table, oh my God, he wants chicken. I want a blue mat. I wonder if this is an opportunity to barter for services. So I grab that plate and I say to you, watch this.
Yep.
Hold my beer.
Yep. And I want to die.
Oh.
I'm 10 feet back. Oh. Now it's the other direction. Now I'm like, oh, here we go. She's going to,
So
you do you, boo.
Yep. So you walk completely opposite. You go now over to where it is that we're sitting.
Yeah.
I'm going to the reservation shack. And I have to hang back for a minute behind a tree because one of the women who actually works for the ship, one of the purple shirts, is in the reservation booth. And I know well enough, my empathy, and I know well enough, we do not present the chicken at this moment because he's not supposed to have the chicken. We're clear he's not supposed to have the chicken. Right. So I hold back till purple shirt leaves and I walk up to the reservation booth with my chicken and I look him square in the eye and I say, want to do a trade? He said, for what? I said, I'll give you this chicken for a blue mat. He said, Oh, sure. Yeah, absolutely. Take it. Now, in this moment, complete shock and surprise. I cannot believe that this has worked. Like, this doesn't usually happen to me. Right? And I say, thank you so much. And then because I had to like overdo it, I said, I also got you 2 things of silverware. Like anyone gives a shit. Nobody cares. Right? So I hand him his chicken, hand him his 2 things of silverware, and I grab a blue mat and I run over to you like it's Christmas morning.
I know.
And I got the thing over my head.
And I know that we ain't paying no $20.
Look what Mama got. Look what Mama got. Look what Mama got.
One mat. We got to share that mat. We got to lay together on the mat.
We got ourselves a mat. Right? And
That's
you're
right.
like, oh my God, how'd you get that? I said, stick with me.
That's right.
I know all the tricks. Let's go in the water. So we go in the water.
No. You put on the sunscreen.
Oh, yeah.
And then you're like, I got to let it soak in.
That's true.
So you lay down.
That's true.
Then you stand up to go in the water.
Yes.
And what does he say?
And then he goes, excuse me. Excuse me. Oh, now he's Spanish.
Right.
Excuse me. Doot with his finger.
Right.
And I'm like, oh no.
Right.
He's gonna tell me purple shirt came back and said he couldn't give it to me.
I know.
Or he's gonna be like, go get me some corn.
Right.
I'm like, damn it.
Yep.
Damn it. This is what happens. But I took my chances and I went over.
And I stayed right in my seat.
Oh yeah.
I'm not a dime.
I know. Took my chances. What does he say to me? Do you need a second one for your friend? And I said, for free? And he said, yeah. I said, I sure do.
Yep.
I sure do.
Sure do.
And he says, in the most beautiful moment of empathy, you take care of me, I'll take care of you. That is freaking empathy right there.
So you walk over with that mat.
I come back with another mat.
Yep.
At this point, you are out of your mind.
I know.
And here I am again, mat number 2. Boo, 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 boo,
That's right.
boo, 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 boo,
That's
boo, boo, boo. I said, I got you a mat now, too. You get a mat. You get a mat. You get a mat. For some chicken, man.
I know. So then we get on the mats. We get on the mats, and we're like, we're just going to float. Now, this is a ocean with buoy thingies.
Yeah.
What are those things called?
Yeah.
It's
it's the line.
Like,
It's
don't
the
go
line with
don't
the
go
buoys.
past this line,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And Erin's like, we can't go on the other side of the line because there's sharks. I'm like, no, okay. So
And they don't come past the buoys. They don't come past the buoys, but right before the buoys.
right.
Yeah.
So we're fat asses laying on the blue mats.
Yeah.
And we get all the way to the buoys, and those buoys are filled with slime.
Oh, seaweed, slime.
I want to die. I'm like,
And you're
touch
headed right toward it.
Right
You're
toward
headed
it.
right. You're like, don't let me touch it. Don't let me touch it. Ah. Yep.
So gross. Yeah, we had a good time.
So we got the blue mats.
We did.
Bargained for some chicken.
We sure did.
That was a high.
That was a total
That
high.
was a high for sure.
That was a total high.
The second high that you came up with was you were laying in bed and you look out on the balcony and I had just gotten out of the shower and I'm standing on the balcony, butt ass naked.
Yep.
Facing
Yep.
the
Pretty sure you were singing something.
ocean.
Yep.
Yeah. Something. I don't know what it was. But I, in this moment, me and my nakedness with the ocean, just all out there was a really beautiful
Yep.
moment
That's
in
right.
time.
That's right.
The freedom felt with the breeze of the ocean.
The air drying of the titties.
Yes.
Yeah, always a good time.
Was a total high. I'm not sure it was a high for you.
No,
it was a high for
but
me.
Third high.
Okay.
First night. So we get on the ship. Her and I for months had been saying we're not buying no drink package. No drink package because that is $500. It's too much. Too much.
No
We've
one
decided.
needs that much alcohol. We had already brought 4 or 5 bottles of wine.
Right. We put them in other people's suitcases.
I was like, how did you do that?
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah, we put 'em in-
got ours. We convinced other people to bring ours for us who had gotten the drink package.
Yeah.
Like we were all set.
All set. We're on the boat 3 minutes. Buy the drink package.
We're on the boat 3 minutes next to the bar where everyone's standing. Everyone has themselves a cocktail.
Right.
Turn to each other and say, "Did you want to get the drink package?"
Yeah.
And I'm like, no, we really don't want to get the drink package.
Right.
3 seconds later, signing our ass on the fucking drink package.
Yeah, because you're going to walk back to your cabin to pour a glass of wine and then walk back down to wherever you're hanging out.
No.
And if you don't get the drink package, those drinks are like $17 for a little cocktail.
And she was drinking drinks with 3 combinations of drinks. They were more like $60.
Oh, yeah.
And so we justified it that way. Plus, they had a Starbucks on the ship, and those were included in the drink package.
Oh, yeah.
So in our minds, we're like, if we get 3 bottles of water and 2 coffees a day, that pays for the drink package. And then the alcohol is just on top of it. So we end up getting this drink package, and we are having a good time. We're just like living our best life, having a good time. And we decide we are going to go to karaoke. And we go to dinner first because we need to prep and decide how we're going to do the karaoke.
Yeah.
And so at dinner, we're coming up with all these songs.
And decide on a song.
Yeah.
Right.
So we're coming up with all these songs, and we land on
the thong song. Dun, 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 dun.
We decide that that's going to be our song.
Yeah.
So we get over to the karaoke place, and it's 60 and older.
Oh.
Everybody's 60 and older, at least.
And we're talking, these songs are all like, I loved you and I left you, and Tear in My Beer, and like all these downer songs.
And so we go up to the activities people, and we're like, you got the thong song? They're like, we don't have that. And there's a waiting list of like 10 people. And we're like, yeah, you can just cross this person off because they're out.
Right. That's a terrible song. Don't do that one.
So they're like, we can't do that. And so Erin and I are also wearing our matching hats.
Mm-hmm. Mine that says the boss.
Yeah. And mine that says the real boss.
The real boss.
So we go sit down and we look at each other and we're like, this is so boring.
And all of our friends are there.
Oh, everybody's
all there. They're waiting for us to sing a song.
Right. Yeah. And we can't. So
How many
I say
people
to
did
her,
you go on the ship with?
14.
14.
There's 14 people that you knew that were all on this cruise?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It was the wedding cruise.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it was a wedding cruise.
Yes.
I don't think you ever said that.
Oh, well.
Well, I mean, to be fair, we didn't know where we were going until the day we got in the van either. Yeah.
All right. So continue.
Yeah. I mean, we wouldn't just sign up for a random cruise and not know where we were going. That would be kind of funny.
That's what I thought. That's what
just
I thought
the two of us going to rando?
I thought just the two of you were going on a cruise.
Oh, no.
We would do that now, but not for her first cruise.
No. But that was, we just signed up and we were just being told what to do and where to go. Right.
I see a More Love cruise.
100%. 100%.
Can you imagine?
100%.
Love that.
Charter the whole damn ship.
That's right. That's right. So we're wearing these outfits or these hats and stuff, and we are now officially bored. We've been there 30 seconds.
Yeah.
Officially bored.
Yeah.
And this man is singing My Girl.
My Girl.
And I say to Erin, we're going to go jazz that up. We're going to go be his backup dancers.
Oh, my God. Did you?
So we stand up.
Did you crash someone's karaoke?
100%.
We crashed his karaoke. We stood right behind him. As he's singing,
we're my girl,
talking about
my girl. And we just did a little dance behind him.
Oh,
And
our people are going crazy. Oh, we got to pause. We go to pause.
Pause.
Everybody pause. Pause. Scott, give us the pause.
Okay, what?
I just have to ask. Did you consider that maybe the guy didn't want to share his karaoke spotlight
100%.
with
We
you?
didn't care. He was boring.
Yeah, we thought about it. Absolutely. Okay. I'm sure he didn't want to share his karaoke spotlight. As many people know, when they go to karaoke, this is the time where they all think that they're going to be famous.
Right.
We just determined real quick that wasn't it for this man. And if he was going to be famous, we just needed to jazz it up a little bit.
Did the crowd kind of like cheer you on because
Absolutely not.
You saved a really horrible performance?
No, nobody cared.
No.
In fact, no, not one.
No,
just
our friends.
Our friends
Just our
are like,
friends.
they were dying. They're like, because they don't really know. Some of them knew us, but most of them didn't. So when we just go up there,
my
they're
gosh.
like,
So
they were like you, Scott. They were nervous.
Yeah.
They were like, what happens if this guy turns around? You know, I would have been like, keep singing, Tex.
Right.
Let's go.
Right. Or we'll take
You're
the mic.
welcome.
Right. You're welcome for jazzing this
You're
up.
welcome.
So then the activities people, they were like,
they get to the end and they're like, all right, congratulations to Jimmy. That was great, Jimmy. And the girls, Jimmy and the girls. And then all we did was we lifted our wine glasses in the air.
That's right.
Turned around and walked out.
we left the whole thing.
We were all done.
All done. Bored.
All done.
All
Whatever.
Over
See
it.
ya.
Bye.
Went somewhere else.
Yeah. So that was That was night one.
Wow.
Yeah, that's our third high.
That's a third high. I think another high was I don't know if it was a high or a low. So Erin and I went to Disney World or Epcot with Nina and Laura and Nina's mom, and we spent the day.
Didn't you go to SeaWorld?
That was the day before.
yeah.
Okay.
We can talk about that one in a minute. So we go to Epcot with them and spend most of the day. And Erin and I are so cheap. We're open to close girls. And they decide that they're tired and they want to head on and go over to their hotel that's near the ship. Erin and I are so cheap that I got the cheapest hotel I could possibly find near the Orlando airport. And then we were going to go over to the airport to catch the shuttle in the morning to then be dropped off at the cruise ship. Now, did we get our car from ZZ Go or whatever?
Oh, God.
Whatever
I wrote that down here. I wrote down ZZ Top Cars because I'm pretty sure that wasn't it. It was, by the way,
Zesgo.
Yeah, Zesgo is not the way to go.
Yeah, we're never doing that again.
We're all done with that. That's not the thing.
So we did have a rental car. And also because we're cheap, I made her park at Disney Springs, which is the free parking area. And then you need to take a bus to a resort and then take a bus from the resort to the parks, right?
Yeah.
So there's a lot of transferring here. So we're done with the ladies. They move on. We decide we are going to finish up some things in Epcot, and did we get a call, or how did we find out Darnell and Bobby were around?
He texted.
Oh, so Darnell texted and said, we're going to come to the Magic Kingdoms. And we're like, oh, we had a hopper. So we decided to go over to the Magic Kingdoms. Now, at this point,
I think it's just one Magic Kingdom.
Yeah, I know, but
it's only one Walmart
So it's like
too.
the
But
YouTubes.
when we talk about it,
The Walmarts and the YouTubes?
the Walmarts and the
Okay.
YouTubes, yeah. So we head on over, and we're tired. We need a little pick me up. This was after Erin waited 2.5 hours in a ride line.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so she was all pissed off, and we go over to Magic Kingdom, and we're ready to spend the second half of our day. It's now like dinner time?
yeah, 4:00. Yeah,
And we're both wearing our weaves, and they're hurting our heads. At one point, we're like, just take the weaves off. I'm going to put it down my pants.
Down my pants.
Because I didn't have a purse
Yes.
or anything. I'm like, I'm
Right.
just going to take the weave and put it down my pants. And
Right.
you're like,
maybe I'll get a bag.
right.
But-
And so we talked about that for a while we waited for the boys, who took forever,
Yeah,
hour and a half
yeah.
to arrive. And as soon as they get there, what happens?
Downpour.
Another
Another downpour.
downpour,
Another opportunity for a downpour at the Magic Kingdoms.
which that's how we got the free
Which is what
tickets
we
to begin with.
experienced.
So we are drenched rats. And at this point, Erin's like, I need a poncho.
Yep.
So we're already soaked. We go get the poncho. We all four of us put these ponchos on. We walk outside. Clear as day.
Yeah. Rain stopped.
Clear as
Rain
day.
completely stopped.
Did we wear the ponchos the rest of the night because
Yeah.
we paid for them?
And because they were a little warmer.
100%.
Not sure if people know that your body heat starts to accumulate under those little ponchos. It gets like a little heater under there.
So we finish the night. We do as many rides as we possibly can until the park closes. Like, they are now saying, you got to go.
Right.
Leave.
Now, don't forget, we now have 8,000 transfers that needs to happen
Right.
on the way back. It is already
Right.
11:30 at night.
Right.
We're with Darnell and Bobby. Bobby's never been to Disney ever.
Right. I think it's closer to midnight at this point.
It is late.
Yeah.
Starving. I'm
Oh,
starving.
yeah. We haven't eaten. We never even stopped to eat.
Starving. Some girl in the backseat eating a noodle bowl from
Yep.
Polynesia
When
Town
we
or
finally get
whatever.
it, because remember, we have to do all the transfers to get back to our car. And I convince Darnell and Bobby, because they were Ubering everywhere. I convinced them that they can go in our Zizu car,
Yeah.
which is the clown
The
car.
ZZ Top car, which is, there's no room in there. There is no room.
We have 3 suitcases each, all packed to the brim. And we had to put the seats
This thing's
down.
like a Honda Fit, Scott. This thing is like a Honda Fit. You don't have a back seat anymore because you have your
Big-ass
baggage
suitcases.
in it. And she somehow convinced Darnell and Bobby
to
that
ride with us.
They can ride with us to Denny's.
Right. So, because they are like, well, we're going to go to Denny's. And I'm like, but we got to go to 5,000 transfers to get our cars. So by now it's what, 1:15?
At least.
At least 1:15. We finally get to the car, only car in the parking lot.
Yeah.
Definitely found it very easily.
Yep.
Go over to the Denny's. Denny's is out of every single food possible.
Yep.
We try to get as much as we can.
Yep.
And we end up leaving, and we bring them to their hotel. the Landy or something.
Yes,
it was
Landy,
actually
5-star Landy.
It was
beautiful.
really nice.
Yep.
We go over to our hotel.
Now, you remember Rebecca's the one who booked the hotel. Right? Like, you know that, Scott. Rebecca books the hotel. I just show up and she's as cheap can be.
It's the same hotel that all the like highway workers are staying at.
I mean, this one, the reservation I had a different name than the location.
Yeah, that's never a good sign.
Yeah, there was a lot of things going on. And by now it's 2:15 in the morning.
And
you haven't checked in yet?
No.
Oh, that's even better.
Never even called, nothing.
And we're joking with Darnell and Bobby, who already have had to transfer hotels because the first hotel they were
so
at
bad.
was Scumtown. It was not okay. They refused to stay there. So here we are dropping them off at their 5-star hotel, going down the street, maybe 5-7 minutes. It's not too
we
far.
almost could have walked. Yeah, it wasn't far at all.
And we said, all right, well, if this place is a dump, we'll be seeing you soon.
Joking around, right?
So we pull in to
was
the
it?
little
What was it
cul-de-sac.
What was it called?
It was called Sure Sleep.
Sure Sleep.
Yeah, that sounds like a winner.
Sure.
But that's not what it was called on my hotel reservation.
No,
So we're
because
not sure if that's the place or not, even though it's a Sure Sleep. We're not sure that that's where it is. We're supposed to be.
But it was the address. So I say, I'm just going to go in and check to make sure this is the correct place.
Right.
So I go in.
She gets out of the car.
And I say, hi, my name is Rebecca. I'm here to check in. She's like, oh, Rebecca Herzog? I said, yeah. She's like, where did you make your reservation? And I said, on Expedia. She's like, yeah, that's not a thing. I go, it is.
Wait, what do you mean that's not a thing?
I know. I go, it is. She goes, oh, well, we don't work with them. And they lie and say that we have hotel rooms, but we really don't. I go, are you saying that you don't have a hotel room for me? She goes, no. But I see your reservation and I tried to charge you and it wasn't working. And I'm like,
why'd you try to charge
what
me?
in the hell?
None
And
of
I'm
that
like,
makes sense.
I can't. And she goes, well, because you booked with a third party, you have to deal with them. So I turn around, I go out to Erin, and she's in the car already pissed off. And I say,
this is her face. I said, what? She's like, well, opens the door, sits down, looks at me, still smiling. They gave our hotel room away. What? What do you mean? Well, they gave our hotel room away. They kind of overbooked. And I'm like, so we don't have a place to sleep tonight? You're like, no, they did say that we could contact Expedia and maybe they could relocate us. They're just not sure where exactly that's going to be.
And by now it's 2:30, almost 3 a.m. and we have to be at the airport at 8 a.m.
I said,
so in my mind, I'm like, I'm not paying for no hotel.
All done. I am not doing this. I pick up the phone. Boo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. Bring. Hello? Darnell? We're coming over. We're coming over. He goes, what size bed you got? He goes, like, king. I said, move over. And we went and slept with Darnell and Bobby.
We sure, yeah, but it wasn't just that. So Darnell and Bobby were so sweet. They decided to go down to the front desk and try to get a room with 2 beds. So they attempt to get a room with 2 beds. The man who works the desk is so overwhelmed. There's no parking. I think we parked in the valet place and just left the car. Didn't care. Walked in. At this point, we grabbed whatever suitcase we could find. It was the suitcase with all the costumes. Didn't even have clothes, nothing. Go inside. The guy gives Darnell the new room key. We took all of their luggage out of their room. We go to this new room. And was it you? Who's trying to get in the room?
Bobby.
Bobby's trying to get in the room. And the thing keeps going ding, yellow. Ding, yellow. And we're like, what the fuck? And so he's like, it's 3 a.m. He's like banging on the door. And we're like, what is going on? So then he goes downstairs. The guy reprograms the key. Come back upstairs. Try doing it again. It's still not working. At this point, he sends the maintenance man up with the master key. The maintenance man goes to open the door. And as he opens it, it's latched from the inside.
Oh, so
there were
in
people in there sleeping. It is now 3:15. I don't even know what time it is. Erin's like, I'm all done.
I said, there's somebody in that room. There's somebody sleeping in that room. I now just walk away because I'm like, I am not going to be here
when they're pissed off.
When someone walks out here and is like, are you trying to break into my room at 3 o'clock in the morning?
I know.
What the hell
it was
is
not
happening?
okay. It was not okay.
So they sent us up another floor. I'm the one who goes in this time.
Yep.
I open the door and the TV is on.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm at this point about ready to sleep in the car.
Yeah, we were going to go sleep on the couch downstairs.
Why
Right.
is the TV on
right.
at 3 a.m. if there's no one in here? Well,
right.
It just turns out apparently no one turned off the TV. I don't know. We ended up going in there, falling asleep, waking up.
We took a nap.
45 minutes later.
We took a nap. Yep.
And going for the rest.
God.
And then we go to the hotel, or we go to the airport the next day, and it was actually lovely. The whole shuttle experience was great. So we get on the shuttle, and because Erin's car sick, she always has to sit in the front. And so I'm in the back with all these people. Everybody's so excited to go on this trip, right? And we are going on 40 minutes of sleep. And we just launch into our comedy routine.
She's yucking it up with all these folks.
We're having a great
She's
time.
yucking up. And it all starts because the guy goes, hey, guys, what port is everyone going to? And we're like, we don't know. And then he was like, okay, well, what cruise line are you on? We're like, we're not sure. I don't know.
God.
And these people were dying. So, of course, we had to tell all the stories and everything. So, the reason I brought that up is because when we were having dinner, or when we were having lunch on the island with the two old ladies, the two people from the van were sitting behind us. So we reconnected with them. It was quite funny.
Zach and Head. That's what we called him.
Yeah, his name wasn't Head, but that's what we heard him say.
I heard him say Head, and so from then on, his name was Head.
Hilarious. So we had a really good time. But the absolute highlight of the entire trip was 80s night.
Yes. 80s night, as you heard us talk about, 80s night was MC Hammer Town.
Mm-hmm. For us, we did that. Yeah. Nobody else did.
No.
In fact, I think only 3 other people dressed up in the entire ship.
Right. So here we come walking in with our bebop and bang bobs and our mustaches.
Mm-hmm.
But
we couldn't even barely get down from our room to the main.
We were laughing too hard.
To the main elevator. Mm-hmm. We were laughing so hard, but anytime we moved our mouths, the mustache would potentially come off.
Yeah.
So we were dying. Yeah. Not only that, but these pants.
Yeah, well, we're real hot.
We're beyond hot.
And she made me wear a pair of hot pants under them because she thought that they were going to attach too much to my leg, which actually makes no sense. It just makes it more hot.
We were soaking wet. It was hilarious.
So we did that. Yep. And at the very end of the night, the very next day was our Nina's birthday.
Yep.
So it gets to the very end of the night, and we have to get the last little bit out of our MC Hammer costumes before they get returned. Mm-hmm. And we had choreographed a dance.
We sure did.
To Can't Touch This. Mm-hmm. And we decided, instead of letting all of that great choreography
go to waste, we were highly anticipating that song would have been played at the 80s party. Yeah. And it wasn't. So we missed.
No.
Everybody missed our performance.
But we didn't spend all that time in the room dressed like MC Hammer choreographing a dance for it to go to waste.
That's right.
So
mind you, we hadn't drank at all this day.
We didn't?
Not once.
Oh. Well, sounds about right. Good thing we got the drink package.
Not once. Uh-huh.
So we were sitting in this area in the middle of the ship with Nina, and we said, Neen, we have a little pre-birthday surprise for you. Mm-hmm. And she got a little nervous, understandably.
Yeah, oh, yeah. You should always be nervous when we tell you we have a surprise.
Right.
Especially looking like we did.
Right. Mm-hmm. And we said, we put this little ditty together for you. Mm-hmm. And do we have that available here today on More Love Podcast?
Sure do. You sure do.
Why wouldn't we
have
that available?
Oh, good. Here it comes. Oh, yeah. We're also wearing fanny packs.
Oh, jeez. She switches it over to horizontal video, so you'll see that happen soon. I had to fix it for you.
We're really good.
Yep. Oh, yeah. That's the part where you're playing the guitar.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yep. You're going back. I'm going front. Yep.
Oh, you do the
I did that. You told me to do that. You told me to do that. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Can't touch this.
Oh, yeah. That was the...
Can't touch this. That was hands on the chest, hands on the crotch, throw it into the audience.
That's right.
Can't touch this. That's how that goes.
Right.
Yep. Oh, yeah. Yeah, now we're doing like a little jazzercise routine here. Oh, wow. Look at that. Oh, that's really great.
Oh, here we go.
Oh, wow. Look at those. Yep. Mustaches are still on. Yep. Now we look like hula girls. Now this is freestyle. You told me. Oh, see that? Can't touch this.
We did. Oh, I missed that one.
I know. You did. I really would like. Oh, there I go again. Grabbing the leg. This person walks up the stairs real confused. Yeah. Nice job. Yeah. This is good. This is us being, I'm doing the back. You're doing the front. Oh, wait. What happened here, Rebecca?
I can't stop laughing.
Wait. Let them listen.
My God, those mullets are killing me.
And then.
Was this it?
Wait. Here it is.
Wait a minute. When you just did that.
For those of you.
Going.
My God.
Oh my God, she did the last move and she farted. She totally farted. And the timing was perfect. She absolutely ripped one at the end there and had to sit down.
Wow.
While I finished the dance routine.
Thanks for sharing that. Appreciate it.
And I'm not sure we're giving me enough credit for how much I pulled together that dance routine. You're the one with the dance training.
Yeah.
You know I hate dance. And I really played the character part real well.
You clearly kind of, put together, you put some thought into those moves.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
We did try to replicate the dance video.
Yeah.
I mean,
the freestyle was important. You told me one of the freestyle moves I could do would be to grab my ankle and pull my leg out like I was like one of those machines, a claw machine.
Yeah.
And the funny thing is that you never really grabbed your ankle. You just sort of reached for it.
Sorry, Scott. Some of us can't reach that far.
I can't do that at all.
Sometimes there's just a little issue with our flexibility.
Oh, yeah. No, trust me. I'm the least flexible person you've ever met.
But did I at least attempt it?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
You gave it
Almost tripped myself on my pants, but I did.
Try.
Yeah.
We died. It took us, we had to get ready for 2 hours because we had to get all the laughing out if we were going to be able to pull that off in public. Did multiple people come up to us and take our pictures with them?
Yeah.
Strangers?
Yeah.
100%.
Well, wouldn't you?
They probably thought you worked on the ship.
We did get asked to come up and do a performance on top of the bridge thing, but we did not do that. And for the rest of the trip, people were like, there's those girls, just as MC Hammer. People knew us.
Yep. I would say that was a high, too.
I would say that was hilarious.
That was a high, too.
Dying.
Yep.
Dying. Hilarious.
So we'll have to save our lows for
another day.
For another day.
Yeah, because there were some lows
on all the highs. But it was definitely a good trip and definitely a lot of fun. And I do think that a More Love cruise should definitely be in
the
order
future
because
100%.
That was a lot of fun.
100%. Did we try to get on the Newlywed Game? Yes.
Yeah. But we did. It's a little heteronormative, unfortunately.
Exactly.
So we were to be a straight couple.
We did try. We had all these plans, but didn't work out. So we decided we are going to write in and say you need to do a best friends show.
Yeah.
Because we would win.
Well, we think we would. But
oh no, you would. I've seen hundreds of those shows, and you would win.
Oh, good.
100%.
Do you see my little Josh Allen bag I got here?
Oh wow!
I got some goodies in here.
Oh god!
That I was gonna start the show with, and then
good.
One is just real easy here. These are your damn shoes.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, everyone
Copyright
see
2024.
These.
So
NFL.
we had to put those shoes in her suitcase because mine was way overweight.
I'm not sure if everyone's seeing those shoes. Those are next
those
level.
put you up a nice what 3 inches, 4 inches?
Oh yeah.
Oh, there's shot glasses in here. Did you want the one?
No.
Shot glasses.
No. This right here, Scott, is not your lunch. This is your glasses pack.
All right.
Your Eclipse glasses
All
pack.
right.
So Scott,
We
our valid
we are all set.
in supporter, is supporting
That's right.
Carter, age 9, Aria, age 8, who are selling Eclipse glasses and signature magnets. So we, Scott ordered a 3-pair. So there's your 3-pair for that, Scott.
Thank you.
Signed, sealed, delivered in a little lunch bag. Rebecca, I also have something else for you.
Oh, God.
First, we're going to start with this. Look at this little ink pad. What would this adorable pink ink pad be for?
To make hearts?
What could that adorable pink ink pad be
Is this
for?
going to make... Do I open it?
No, it's
Oh.
just an ink pad.
I love that. Is that to make our... Stop it. Did you have one made? Give me that. Stop it.
Look it.
Oh, my God. Let me see that. I can't see that.
So,
You had this made?
yes.
That's our thumbprint.
So, as you all know, starting Empathic Edge, one of the signatures on our logo is that we each took our fingerprint and made one half of a heart. So we have a fingerprint heart right in our logo. And so I contacted 2 good friends of mine, Jackie and Jill from New York Marking Company.
Jack and Jill.
Yes. I know. They're so sweet. Went to high school with them. And they own New York Marking Company. And they always do all of my custom made stamps for me. Sometimes I get them for Carter's teachers. Sometimes I get them in the shape of a fingerprint heart. So we sent them our fingerprint heart prototype, and they had it made into a really awesome stamp for us. And so I figured you'd want the pink stamp pad.
Absolutely.
So we got you the pink stamp pad. And now for all of our book signings, for all of our presentation gigs, whenever you're signing a Talzon machine at Hobby Lobby, you now have the most beautiful handprint, fingerprint stamp. Left side Erin, right side Rebecca.
Stop it.
Super adorable.
Stop
She's
it.
using it right now.
Stop it.
Yep.
I love this.
So cute.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
That's so nice.
And then you're just supposed to use like a baby wipe or something that is not too harsh in order to clean the little color off of that. So
That's really
got
cute.
you that. But probably most important.
Oh, there's more?
one more. Scott, this one's for you. You ready for this, Scott? I don't think you are.
I am excited beyond belief.
I don't think you're ready.
Scott's going to get real spoiled. We're always giving him shit on the show.
You ready, Scott?
Yeah.
What is it? Pineapple?
Hood.
Scott.
All right. This is a new. Well, how long has it been not refrigerated?
For as long as we've been here. 30 minutes.
Okay.
This is your damn 4% cottage cheese with pineapple added.
That's his favorite?
No.
What?
That's not your favorite?
No. No. Well. Oh shit. I'm sorry.
We're back.
He wants to see it again.
We're back to MC.
So, my favorite is specifically the Friendship low-fat cottage cheese with pineapple.
Oh.
That was what my whole post was about.
Oh, she
Friendship.
missed it.
But look, hey, I am so touched that you would do that, and
Listen
I
to
am
me.
not. I am not upset. I'm just
Did you know this other brand existed?
Hood.
No, like the fact that it has the pineapple. Because I read your
There's-
post as the fact that you could not find pineapple
No,
with cottage cheese mixed together anymore.
no, it's specifically Friendship brand. If you look at that
Yeah.
post, it says Friendship.
All done. Good night, Irene. No one gives a shit about this
I
anymore.
said that's so sweet, and I
No,
appreciate
yeah, it
that.
might still be sweet, but now it's just some stupid ass cottage cheese. It's the most
I
random
just-
present ever. It was a really sweet present because it was like cottage cheese that had a pineapple in it because they thought that's what you wanted. Now it's just a chunk of freaking cottage cheese that nobody wants because it's gross and unrefrigerated. So here's your damn Hood cottage cheese. I didn't know it was a brand thing.
Well, I mean, that's what the post said. I'm sorry.
Whatever.
I'm sorry.
Nobody
I
wants
appreciate
that.
the thought.
Nobody wants that. That was a bummer. All right, stop with the stamp. Just pretend with the stamp was the last thing I gave you.
It's great.
All right, so Erin, should I have just said, "Oh my God, you got it for me. That's
No.
awesome," and
No.
then let you believe that?
No.
I mean,
Absolutely
I feel
not.
bad that
You do? Oh, sorry. That was because of my reaction. But my reaction was just to cover up the fact that now it's just a random ass thing of cottage cheese and it's the weirdest gift ever.
No, but that is like a really obscure sort of deep, like, you know me well enough to know that that's something that I would recognize right away as you know,
stalker gift.
Like that's important.
Well,
Like,
this is what happened. I
you're
went
really
to the
thinking.
store and I was like, oh my God, they have pineapple and cottage cheese together. This
Yeah.
is what I'm thinking at the time.
Yeah.
I'm like, Scott's been looking for this. They don't sell pineapple and cottage cheese together anymore, but they do here at the Walmarts. So I turned to Mark and I'm like, they have pineapple and cottage cheese. He's like, okay. I'm like, it's for Scott. He's like, okay. Like, it's just getting real weird for him. And so I put it in the cart and then I put it in as soon as I get home, I put it in the refrigerator. And then I had to write myself a Post-it note. Don't forget the pineapple and the cottage cheese.
Oh, my
and then I put it in the bin and I'm like, oh my God, it's so great. Got a lot of presents to give today. And then now that it was a specific brand, I mean, the thought is definitely not lost on that, but it is literally just a tub of cottage cheese with some stupid ass pineapple in it that
Yeah, and
you could get at any Walmart at any time. So I
Yeah.
basically just gave you a bin of cottage cheese. So, nothing really screams love more than that, Scott.
Well, you've heard of it's the thought that counts.
Yeah,
That's right.
there was a lot of
It's
thought
true.
there. There was a lot of thought. And no, I wouldn't I've hated
The
it
light just went out.
if you...
So
It's like the black hole.
I would have hated it if you had lied about it because you know me well enough to know every week from now on
Yeah.
you'd be getting hood cottage cheese with pineapple in
And
it
I'd be
because I
like,
would have thought you loved it so
I
much.
don't want it
You're
anymore.
like, I can't eat any more cottage cheese.
Yeah.
No more.
And it's kind of interesting how many random people have texted me pictures of pineapple cottage cheese.
Oh,
And
just
said,
any
"Hey."
type? Yeah. But did they pick it up at the Walmart
So
and put it in the cart?
the one thing I want to, okay. So on my post, I'm from January 21st, so we're going back.
Oh, wow. See?
Wegmans stopped carrying my favorite cottage cheese with pineapple, parentheses, friendship, 16 ounces.
Oh, it must be 16 ounces.
They
Yeah,
had
right,
a
if it's
small
8 ounces,
snack pack
doesn't
size
taste
for
the same.
few years, but now they got rid of those. I emailed Friendship and they told me I was shit out of luck and nobody in my area carries it. Sometimes the universe conspires in the wrong direction.
Yeah.
So,
Well, you know who's got it? Hood.
no.
Hood carries some shit for you.
Yeah, well, there's tons of different brands of pineapple and cottage cheese, and I don't like them.
Have you tried Hood?
No, I haven't tried Hood.
Oh, you know what? Maybe
So it could be.
this is the gift that
could
forever
be.
changes everything.
It could be. There's. I'm actually excited about it now. There's that
You are?
potential that this
could be
is
it.
the replacement I've been looking for.
I am going to need you to record your first
Okay.
mouthful of it.
Should we do that? Should we do that now?
You want to do it on the show?
We'll do that
Yeah.
on the show?
Yeah, I think it's important. Yeah,
Okay.
I do. Yeah, I'll open it up for you
Okay.
while you get yourself a little spoon. While he's preparing for that, you got a really special card today. Tell
I was
people
really
why
surprised.
it's a special card.
So today, this is a brand new one. I've never gotten this one. And Kelly up the street asked me specifically, do you often pull the Wheel of Fortune? I'm like, never. So I was really surprised. In fact, when I first opened it, I thought it was or flipped it over, I thought it was a pirate ship wheel.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you
That's
know,
what
'cause
it looks
that's
like,
kind
yeah.
of what it looks like.
Yeah.
But there's a bunch of birds, geese, things. Anyway.
So
All right.
the Wheel of Fortune card. And she had said, do you get the
Oh, and
Wheel of
snakes.
Fortune card? And why did she say that? She said it because she thought that it would be a common card to pick up for you because something about it is transitional in nature, right? Like it just something keeps coming up, switching, changing,
Oh, here we go.
doing something different, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Something along those lines. I honestly don't remember exactly what it was, but I think it was the fact that I always have a lot going on.
Okay.
I don't I don't like to stick with something and
Just
do it. I have to have multiple things happening.
Okay.
All right, we'll let him.
Oh, your cottage cheese time?
I promise that I won't lie.
No. Mm-mm.
That if it's not
If it's not it, it's not it.
if it's not it, it's not it.
Okay. Here's the moment. Is it just cottage cheese or is it a life changer?
Well, I have to say that the texture is definitely looking good.
Oh.
Okay.
A lot of potential here.
Say more about that.
Is the
Creaminess.
pineapple on the bottom?
It seems to be mixed, chunked in.
It's mixed in. So a lot of them now have a little package of like the pineapple in a sauce and then the cottage cheese, and you mix it yourself. But this is already there, pre-mixed.
Okay.
Are you a fan of the pre-mixed or no?
I am a fan of the pre-mixed.
Okay.
All right, here we go.
Yeah.
Ready?
Mm-hmm.
Holy shit.
Stop it. Stop it.
Holy shit.
Stop it right now.
This is it.
What do you mean? What do you mean?
You found it. I'm not fucking shitting you.
Stop it. Stop it right now. What do you mean? What do you love about it?
This tastes like the Friendship brand.
No, it doesn't. I'm getting teary-eyed. I'm
I'm
over
not
cottage
kidding.
cheese. What do you mean?
He's going to eat the whole
You
thing.
love it?
Oh my God.
What's why that's so good? This is a 4%.
I don't know, but it tastes just like the Friendship brand.
You got to stop at the Walmarts now.
Now I gotta go to Walmart.
Oh my God.
No.
This is so important today.
I know.
What a meaningful day.
The only difference between this and the Friendship is the Friendship is lower fat.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Have a look at my camera shot and you'll see that I haven't been too worried about low fat in a while. But
Tastes
this
better.
is
Does it taste similar? The same?
oh, it's a dead ringer.
Stop.
Trust me, I wouldn't be shoving pineapple cottage cheese in my mouth if I didn't like
Can't
it.
believe it.
No,
Nailed it.
this is a fucking score.
Nailed it. Nailed it.
Big time
Nailed
it.
it.
This is
We just went on a
awesome.
full ass roller coaster.
This is so
of
awesome.
High to ultimate low to
Yeah.
back to the high.
Yeah. And now we're back at high.
Oh, I'm going to eat this whole motherfucking tub.
Oh,
Okay.
I'm so happy about that.
Yep.
Oh, what a jolly day. Jolly day today.
What a jolly
What a
day.
jolly day.
Yeah.
Then my shirt should say, yep.
Yes.
Yep.
Yep.
I'm gonna.
Wow.
So we're gonna have to do a post about this, and maybe take a photograph of me shaking your hand, holding the like it's an award.
Yeah,
That's
I
right.
think
That's
so.
right.
I do think, I think today something very important happened. Friendship has
Wow.
been replaced with hood.
This is.
Wow.
I am seriously flummoxed. I like that word. Flummoxed.
Wow.
That is so good. Dude, I'm
Nailed it.
totally
What
going
a
and
great day.
Great
buying
day.
all
Isn't
kinds
this
of cottage
great?
cheese. And
Did you think that was going to happen?
No.
Me neither.
I thought it was going to be like,
This
you
is-
really, thank you for your
I
effort.
thought he was going to say, it's not bad. It's not bad. I'll
But
be
it ain't
honest with
not
you.
it.
It's not bad. And when he went like this and pushed it out almost like it was bubble gum to really get the full taste to it, I thought for sure that was a sign of
Reject.
this is gross.
Reject.
Yeah. But it wasn't.
Nope.
It wasn't. He
There's
then went
nothing
back
like-
for more.
nothing like watching someone eat cottage cheese. It's just it's one of those things you can't
Oh.
describe.
Well, this is great.
Great day.
That's really beautiful. Well,
Great day.
see, this is what happens when you read someone's post, you identify with it, you maybe get some of the details wrong, you try and do a good deed, and then it ultimately ends up being the home run.
Yeah.
You know, keep doing good. That's the
That's right.
moral of that story.
That's right.
Keep doing good.
Yep. Keep trying.
Yep.
Carry.
All right. Wheel of Fortune.
Okay.
Us.
Like its televised namesake, this card reminds us that fate is continually changing our situation, both for good and for bad. Realizing that much of our destiny comes down to chance might seem maddening, but the message is to lighten up and take some solace in life's impermanence. Our luck is forever changing, which means that bad times never last, and good times are always on the way. Choose to watch the spinning wheel rather than ride on it. You may not be in control of what's happening, but how you react is up to you. In that way, destiny is always in your hands. I'd like to buy a positive outlook, Pat. Affirmation. I enjoy my life the same way I enjoy a movie. I find excitement in the drama, know the main character will always be okay, and layer my popcorn tub with plenty of butter and peanut M&Ms.
I can't stand these cards. It's just too much. Does that relate to you? I'd love to answer the question, but I'm still thinking about Scott's cottage cheese. So I didn't hear much.
Yes, I think I'm wondering what a different deck's Wheel of Fortune would say.
Yeah, one that's not so corny. Yeah.
But yeah, I think that I'm the type of person that doesn't really try to stay down much. Just like, okay, moving on. Time to that wasn't it. Got to try something else, or whatever. Because it's just not worth. I don't like victim's not the right word, but I don't like remaining in that area. So yeah, I guess. I don't know. What do you think?
I only remember a couple words of that. One being I would like a positive affirmation pat, and whatever the other one was. But I think I get the gist of it. Doesn't really relate to me. That's not at all my card at all. But yeah, I think there is a lot of truth of that to you. You don't like to stay down for long because you don't like the feelings that are associated with being in that place. So you're not going to stay in a place where any and all feelings are going to come up and are going to surface and are going to stay there a while, which we've talked about many times on this show. That's why this works, because I'm like, we're staying down there just a little bit longer until we both know that you're all done tolerating it. And then we move on to talk about something else. Right. And I do think that is very telling, with where you're at in your life right now and just trying to figure out, I'm trying this. I like this. I like how this feels. I don't love how this feels. Is this the right place for me? Is this the right place for me? Just trying to sort of figure out what comes next. I think that's true for us with the podcast. That's true for us with Empathic Edge. That's true for you in the multitude of different jobs that you do and you like to do. You like to have that variety. So I can totally see where Kelly would say, do you pick that card often? Because if there is a card that represents you, it feels like it's that card.
Yeah. It's funny. I'm going to go, when we're done later on today, go back and look at different variations of that and see what it has to say, because I do think it's really interesting. And I haven't started my tarot class or whatever. I haven't had 2 minutes.
You said that was online, so you can really
it's like a passive
wherever.
Yeah. And I really want to spend some time doing that, but right now is not a good time. But I'm excited to get into that.
What I'm focusing on a lot right now is really trying to make sure that my energy and my efforts are aligned with where it is that I want to be and where I want to be spending my attention. We've talked about that a lot when you were working for Concern Center, because you could see my calendar and you could see that I would be bouncing around from a million different places. And I'm running into a bit of an empathy problem with an email that I had come in the other day. Maybe you and Scott can chime in on this and give me some thoughts. But in the process of trying to really align my energy, I'm also finding that I need to dampen my empathy a bit. Asking me twice, I'd really love to meet with you and chat about where things are and tell you a little bit about what's going on for us in our company. And I can ascertain really quickly that my first response is, no, I'm sorry, I don't have time. It does not mean that I don't care about what's going on in your business, but I'm pretty well set in where my business is right now, the direction we're in. We've hunkered down into some really keen opportunities that I really want to focus on right now. And I just don't have an additional 30 minutes. Even if I did have it, I don't want to spend the additional time doing that or having that meeting. But I find myself not being able to respond to the email because I don't know how to say it in a way that is not coming across as unkind, not coming across as dismissive, not coming across as my time's more important than your time. I get caught up in the fact that I used to be that person who was sending those emails to other people to be like, I'd love to talk with you about what's going on for Concern Center, right? And now that we're at a different level in the company, along with that comes the need as well as the ability to be able to say, no, I can't be taking all of these, requests for conversations from other companies or from other businesses. But I don't know how to say that without coming off as pretentious, dismissive. And usually I feel like I would be the person, if someone were asking me how to say it, I'd have the wording right away. And I'm really struggling with how to say it, if to say it. And also I'm proud of myself for not just saying, sure, when do you want to meet?
Is this somebody that's trying to sell you services? Is trying to get you as a client, as a customer?
No, it is a close friend of mine is friends with this person who started this business. There's some collaborative nature between that business and Concern Center. And we had early level discussions. They were just early on in their process in order for us to really establish what potentially that could look like.
Yeah.
And so in Concern Center, understandably at that time, was at a place where we could have some of those conversations. Not so much the case now because we've hunkered into 4 specific opportunities that are really big, really complex, and are taking a lot of my time and focus. But I kind of feel bad about letting the friend of a friend who had this company where Concern Center knows those roots all too well, almost to say to them, I'm sorry, I just don't have time right now, nor do I know when I will have time.
Right, but that's an honest and straightforward answer. And I've heard a lot of people use this word, bandwidth, which sometimes you like, sometimes you don't like. But if you say, I really appreciate you reaching out, a lot has changed since we first discussed this. At present, I just don't have the bandwidth to, to explore any of these opportunities. Maybe in the future we can. And I really appreciate you reaching out, and, I'll try to keep you in mind in the future, because there's nothing wrong with that. It's not dismissive. That's explaining your situation. That's being polite and being truthful. And the person should be totally cool with that. Because you could just say, no, I'm not interested. Thanks. Right? That would be like, screw you. But to tell them that, from the time we had this first conversation to now, a lot's changed. And I just don't think that's, or that's not the direction we're going in, or, a lot of things have changed in the company. So we just don't have the resources to even investigate, even explore this
right now. Yeah.
And
you know what I would do?
You wouldn't even answer him.
No, I would respond, but I would open ChatGPT and say, please respond to this email in the most caring, empathetic, clear boundaried way. And then it would write it for me and I'd just send it off.
Oh my God.
I'm not joking. I have done that so many times in the past couple months, and it has saved my freaking life.
Well, that is better than your usual approach, which is, sorry, didn't get that message. Oh, must have missed that email somewhere, right? The ostrich approach.
Yep.
How though do you get over so I think what you're saying is right on, Scott. And as you spoke that out loud, I thought to myself, I could see myself writing that. Like that's a message I would write. And I will do that when I get home. What I'm then left with are these interesting feelings of, I have been that person and I have been that company that just wanted someone
just need that break
to pay attention.
Yep.
I just wanted someone to give me an opportunity. I just wanted someone to hear why what I had was valuable and important to say. And so I'm left after I send that message with the feeling that I'm being dismissive of that person that was me for a very long time. And that is one part of this that I'm struggling with, because one, I don't like anyone to feel dismissed. I specifically don't like people who are in a one down position. I don't mean that because their company hasn't taken off yet. I just mean like, you're not there yet, right? It's part of a startup culture. I don't like how that feels. And then it makes me feel like I'm in some way, shape, or form saying I'm better than, or I'm more important than. And I don't like to establish myself in that way with people.
I think you might be overthinking it a little bit. I understand completely where you're coming from. But I'm still in the situation where I'm reaching out to people, and people reach out to me. Let's collaborate on something. And there's some people that I really don't want to collaborate with. They've asked me and I really have no interest in collaborating with them. And so I say, that sounds great. Right now we're just slammed. It's just me. I'm hoping in the next year to maybe add some staff and then maybe we can look into that, and it's like, at some point you've got to take care of yourself and you can't worry about how you're going to affect other people. You have to do what's best for yourself. And if you care, like you do, apparently, you want to at least express that in a way that's professional and kind, but firm and honest. So you say, this is what it is. This is what it's not. And who knows, maybe in the future that could happen. But right now it's not possible, because you can't, I've done this so many times where I put myself in really difficult situations. I'm in one right now, actually, or I'm in a difficult situation where I've agreed to do something with someone and it turned out that it wasn't what I thought it was going to be. And now I'm in too deep that I don't think I can back out.
It's a subscription service for more love.
It's us. It's us. That got awkward. Okay.
And if you want to know what it is, it's just $5 a month.
Right.
Yeah.
No, it has nothing to do with the two of you.
But that's 2024 for me, right? Is I said I would prioritize myself. I would prioritize what my needs were. And I know that I would struggle with this at some point and have continued to struggle with this. I'm not used to making sure that my needs are met over the thoughts and feelings of other people. And it makes me uncomfortable when... Can I find 30 minutes? Sure. Everyone can find 30 minutes, right? But the problem is I find 30 minutes for you. I go to this thing for 4 hours. I got to do this thing at this time, right? And I'm just constantly giving myself away to all of these other people. But I think that maybe is one of the things that's hard about establishing boundaries when you're also trying to take care of yourself is there's the other person on the other side of that equation that doesn't feel any less, doesn't experience any less. And I hear this other little part of me over here, both the Codependent No More book and you, Rebecca, who's saying, and also that person can get their needs met in multiple people. You don't need to be the savior. You don't need to be the one who's making sure that they have a 30-minute meeting, right? You're really not that important. That's what I hear Marsha Betlem saying to me, right? And so I constantly am going back and forth between this, I don't need to be that person, and also many people want me to be that person. And then I'm like, well, they can rely on someone else. And then I have this thought that I'm like, well, maybe that situation isn't going to be as good for them. And then I've sort of left them high and dry. And I'm just constantly this ping pong ball.
Well, I think there's another way I think you can potentially approach this is you don't have to give up your time. You can make them go through some hoops. You can say, well, I don't know what the situation is or what it is, but if they want to demo their product, be like, send me a Loom video. Send me the top 3 things you want to talk about. Like you can make them jump through some hoops so that you can decide, is that 30 minutes going to be worth it? People don't get to just grab 30 minutes on your calendar for any reason. They've got to go through a little bit of a checks and balances to make sure that it makes sense. And then that way you're still validating them and they're still giving their pitch or whatever. And then you deduct, is that worth it or not? And then you can make the decision based on that.
Is there something like a resource or something you can send them to be like, I don't have, obviously you'd say it better than this, but I don't have time, but here's something that you can do, or here's someone you can talk to, or here's something that we did that was helpful when we were in your position, that kind of thing. So you could be like, I can't really talk to you right now, but look down this road.
They mainly want to meet with me because they want to update me on where things are at with their business.
Great. Can't they send us a couple bullet points in an email?
And to talk about potential opportunities for collaboration.
Right.
No,
great.
I get it.
Send me
That's tough.
Send me your top 3 things, and then send me your top 3 ideas. Make them do the work.
Yeah.
No, that's true. That's true. Definitely. I mean,
and then, but my guilt comes in where now I've asked them to do something else. And then if I really don't want to meet with them after finding that out, now I've, in addition to saying no to them, also, quote unquote, wasted their time. But here's what's ironic.
That's your process.
They would have wasted my time had it been a 30-minute meeting.
But that's also your process. How do you know they don't already have this pitch deck ready to go and it's just a templated email? It took them 30 seconds. If they're constantly rewriting emails and pitching to people, that's their problem. Mm-hmm. They need to figure out how to be better business people. Mm-hmm. When I do RFPs, I'm not rewriting an RFP every single time. I have a standard document that I'm just sending immediately.
There's also, I think, something to be said, which is an interesting phenomenon, that when you lead a startup company and that startup company then takes it to the next level, let's call that the step-up company, you really care deeply about those who are still at the startup company level, but also can't go back there, especially because you're so close to it, right?
And you learned a lot.
If I'm Google, then maybe I go back to the startup company and can dabble in that every once in a while. I'm not far enough away from that. I went from startup to step up, to continue to go up. It's a little too close for me and a little too raw for me. And so I think that little differentiation is also interesting, that sometimes we can't be the supporter, encourager, and conversation maker with someone who's really close to where we just were or what we were just doing, right? And maybe that doesn't have to be something that I share with them, but I do think that might be something that's getting in the way of me even wanting to have this meeting. And there's a fear there of, I can't go backwards right now. And
you're not in the mentor state yet.
Right.
No, you're looking for people to mentor you.
Right.
And push you.
Or I finally found my group and I'm solid with them and we now have a well-oiled machine.
Right.
I just want to ride that out for a little bit.
Right.
And I'm not interested in going back to hear about, I'm having this struggle with such and such and we're trying to grow our population from whatever, because then I'm starting to be like, oh God, I've been there. Okay. It's a little too close.
You're also a solutions-based processor.
Yeah.
So you're constantly aiding and helping people fix their own problems. So that's part of the problem.
Yep.
And you unfortunately have to protect yourself from that.
Yep.
I still think that honesty is the best policy. And as long as you're honest and you say, look, I'd really love to help you out, I'm just not in a position to do that. And you're a good writer. You can come up with a nice way to put that.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's the truth. And if it were me, I would appreciate that. I would appreciate that more than getting a runaround or, dangling a carrot in front of me saying, I don't know, let's try this maybe in a couple of months or whatever, or try this or try that.
Especially if you're prolonging the inevitable. If you're going to meet with them and you're ultimately not going to want to do anything anyway, you just...
Even if I do want to do something, I don't have the time, effort, or energy right now because of these other opportunities that are just much more solidified. I got to put my energy there.
There you go.
Right? Maybe that's just what I say.
There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. And they'll understand.
Yeah.
And then they'll pursue something that's more in line with what makes sense for them.
Yeah. Yeah. I think the moral of the story here is setting boundaries around empathy when you're someone who has not historically done that can feel real outside of your normal character and can feel rude and can feel a little egotistical and can feel, difficult to work through. And one of my strategies has been to pause. Just to pause. Just pause for a minute, not hurry up and respond to the email, not catch me in a moment of weakness where I just send them my calendar link, right? But to pause is to say, I really need to figure out something's coming up for me when I get this message. I know I don't want to do it. I can identify that really clearly.
That's part of it, right there.
Yes, right. But the problem is I've always been able to identify it clearly. I just fast track that feeling and move right into, well, just do it. Well, just do it anyway, right? And so making sure that we're pausing enough and asking ourselves, is this something we really want to do? And if not, what's the kindest way we can move forward with a response to this that still honors the relationship that we had established or started with those people, but also at the end of the day honors ourselves.
Yeah.
And that's 2024 for me.
Yep.
Honor myself, honor my own time, honor my own energy. I've been put in a lot of situations so far this year where people have reached out to me, asked me for advice, asked me for time, and it has felt really uncomfortable for me to say no.
Yeah.
I will go to bed most nights being like, you didn't check in with enough people today. You're taking too much time up of other people's. People are asking you how you're doing. You're not asking enough how they're doing, right? Like it's just this constant little ticker in the back of my mind. And so I say that to say, as someone who's currently working through it, my guess is there's a lot of people who listen to our show that are trying something new in 2024 or are trying to figure out all the feels.
Better balance.
Yeah, of what that balance will be like. And none of us have it figured out. We're all doing the best we possibly can. And it's important to talk it out and sort of figure out what we might be able to do differently. So I'll end today with my little card. What are my cards called? Affirmation cards, which says, I know that focusing my attention on things I cannot control distracts me from my journey.
Apropos.
I am letting go.
That is apropos.
Welcome back.
Yep.
Cruising into the rest of the year. We're looking forward to spring and being with our listeners and the really exciting things that are to come.
Yes, ma'am.
More Love, the Power of Empathy podcast.
I loved that.
Me too. Isn't empathy amazing?
Well, we're amazing. I don't know about all this empathy stuff.
That's fine. I accept you wherever you are.
Oh, God.
I love you.
I love you too.
And if you love us, please like and subscribe to More Love, the Power of Empathy podcast, wherever you get your podcasts.
See you next time.